Would you like to know how you can use this one practice to really boost your ability to manifest? Well, my name is Kalia, and I am a manifestation coach and very happy to be here with you today. And I'd like to give you a really important tip and secret to manifestation. First of all, let's talk about what manifestation is for those of you that might be at the beginning stages and be curious about it, but not quite sure what it's all about. It's basically the idea that we can create our reality. So many of us feel out of control, like we don't have any power, any control over what happens in our life. And we actually have a lot more control than we realize, but the average person does not know about this or practice it. So they become kind of a victim of circumstances. Life happens to them. When we become a conscious manifester, or as I call it, a conscious creator, we start to take control of what we're bringing into our life by becoming aware of our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and what's happening on the level of the mind on a daily basis. We become very, very aware. And we have to practice that mindfulness, that awareness to observe what's going on in our mind. What are we telling ourselves? How are we talking to ourselves? I talked to somebody recently that says, I don't know. I don't know how I'm talking to myself, because he represented somebody that represents everybody, that most people don't know what's going on in their mind or how they're talking to themselves. You might have glimpses, but until you bring this piece of awareness in, you go through life on autopilot and you just get what you get. The truth of universal law is that our internal reality is responsible for what is being created in our external reality. So we usually focus outside of ourselves and try to make changes out there. We need money, we look for a better job, we look to start a business. And it's not like there's anything wrong with doing those things, but the true essence of our changing our reality happens on an internal level, on the level of our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. So the first thing that we have to do in order to take charge and become a creator in our reality, instead of having our reality be created by default, we take charge of the process. And we start to observe and notice what's going on in our minds. You would think we would be more aware of that, but to be honest, most people aren't. Most people are just on that automatic pilot. And we all in the collective consciousness accept certain things. Like, yeah, life is just that way. That's just how things are. Or times are tough right now, or the economy is bad right now. And these are collective consciousness programs. And when we buy into the programs of the collective consciousness, we are affected by those programs. So if you buy into the belief that times are tough right now, the economy is bad right now, then it just makes sense of your reality of why you're not doing well, why you're not making enough money. Well, the economy's bad. That's why I'm not making enough money. But you don't stop to observe those thoughts that are telling you money's hard to come by. I have to work hard for money. Money's the root of all evil. I don't have enough. I can't pay my bills. And you get into that funk and you get into the feelings that come with that, which are kind of depressed, low energy feelings. And guess what you're creating? more of the same and maybe even worse. So it's time to start paying attention to what's going on inside of you. What are you thinking? What's your self-talk like? What are you feeling? What are you believing? And start to make changes there. So one of the most important things that you can do to change your reality today is to practice something called gratitude. Now, I've heard a lot about gratitude over the years. I used to interview people on a podcast, and I interviewed several people that wrote books on the topic. And, it just all seemed all warm and fluffy to me, but I didn't fully understand at the time the power of gratitude. And sometimes there's certain buzzwords that kind of turn us off, like, yeah, that's not going to do anything. But here's the reason why gratitude really works and why it's important to practice it is gratitude takes you from a place of focusing on what you don't have, focusing on your lack, and start to shift your focus to being grateful for what you already have, for what's already in your life. So if you wake up every morning and you grab your journal, or you don't even have to journal this, you can just say it out loud, but I journal, is that you start to list the things that you're grateful for. And on a daily basis, this isn't a now and then practice. It's a practice that you do every single day. Sometimes twice a day. You can do it morning and night. But you take out that journal, or you go into a state of relaxation and meditation, and you start listing the things that you are grateful for in your life and really get into the feeling of it. Don't do this rotely, but, I'm really grateful for my family. I'm really grateful for my home. I'm grateful for the income source that I do have. I'm grateful that I get to travel. I'm grateful for my pets. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my friends. Whatever it is that comes to mind that you're grateful for, start really getting into the feeling and writing it down. And do this every single day. Some people say come up with something new every time. This is an automated process. You do not have to come up with something different, because something different will come up every day anyway. You'll get these new things that you feel grateful for. But if every day you just start out to get the ball rolling, I'm grateful for my health, I'm grateful for my home, I'm grateful for my family. If you continue to be grateful for the same things, it still has the same effect. And then you might think of something else that you're grateful for. I'm really grateful that my car runs. I'm not having any car troubles. People around me are having car troubles. I'm grateful for my car. You start thinking about other things to be grateful for. And what this does is it just gets you into that energy, that frequency, that vibration of what you have already. I already have all this. Look at all the abundance I already have in my life. And the universe always gives more to those who have. Very interesting how that works. Because if we try to look at it logically, it's like, well, why does the universe give to those people that already have enough and then doesn't give or takes away from people that don't have enough? Well, it's not like that. It's that it is done unto us as we believe. This is biblical. It's done unto you as you believe. So when you believe you don't have enough, and you're in the energy of, I don't have enough money, I can't pay my bills, life just isn't very good to me, I wish I had more money. You start to entertain this on a daily basis, then you're coming from lack consciousness, and the universe responds to your consciousness. So it responds to who you are being in the moment, how you are showing up. So when you practice gratitude, you're showing up from a place of being thankful for what you have. And then you get into the energy of having, and I practice gratitude a little bit different. I am grateful for the things I have, but I'm also grateful for the things that I'm manifesting. So I might say, I'm grateful for the hundreds of thousands of dollars that are coming into my life. I'm grateful for that new vehicle that I'm driving. I'm grateful for that wonderful soulmate that I have in my life. And just really get into the gratitude of what you're bringing in, those things that you have been wanting to bring into your life, that you start being grateful for them ahead of time. You're already expressing gratitude for what you're manifesting as if you already have it. I'm really grateful that I'm a millionaire, a multimillionaire. I'm grateful for all the abundance coming into my life. I'm grateful for my wonderful health and well-being. I'm grateful for this ability to travel. So it doesn't matter what it is that you want, start practicing gratitude for that too. So as you write down what you're grateful for, do touch upon the things that you have in your life right now, but also bring in the things that you are manifesting and show gratitude for that, because the subconscious mind says yes to whatever you are putting out there, negative or positive. So as you practice gratitude, you're putting all this positive energy into the air. And you know what it does too is it begins to affect how you feel inside, how you feel about yourself. Starts getting you in a different vibration, a different frequency that's more attractive to the same kinds of energy, that good feeling energy. That's what you're putting out. That's what you're attracting in. So you start changing your reality. You start going into that feeling of abundance. And the feeling is the secret. You have to get into the feeling. It's important to allow yourself to feel. And when you start being thankful for all the things that you have, you can't help but to feel good. And the more you do it, the better you feel. At first, you may not really get into it. If this is new to you and you're not doing it, you may not get into it that much. But as you start practicing it, you start to adopt more and more of the feelings associated with all the having, with all the things that you already have in your life to be grateful for. Sometimes when you have a hard time being grateful, you might think about some of the people in the world and the challenges that they have right now that you don't have. And you can be super grateful that you're not having those challenges. You don't want to say, I'm grateful I'm not him, or I'm grateful I'm not her, but you can say, I'm grateful that I'm safe. I'm grateful that I've got both arms and both legs, if that's the case. I'm grateful I have my health if that's the case. So we often don't think about what we have because our minds are programmed to think about what we don't have. And that has to change to become a conscious creator. You have to start thinking about what you do have, what is good in your life, and get in that frequency of having, and also get into that frequency of being grateful for just being in a body and feeling comfortable and safe and breathing, and those things that help you to feel connected. Because from that place of connection, when we're connected to ourselves, when we're connected to higher power, we feel no lack. It's hard to feel lack. That's something that Joe Dispenza talks about, is that when you feel separate from the universe, there's a state of lack that you're living in just because you're living in a state of separation. But when you're feeling that wholeness, that connection, with that connection comes that wholeness, then you don't want anything. There's no need to want anything because you already have everything, because you're existing in a space of wholeness, which is like existing in a place of pure love. When you're in that space, and I've been there before, a place where I was so in love and so in bliss that I wanted for nothing. If somebody said, "What can I give you right now?" It's like, I'm already there. I already have it all. Because sometimes we don't stop to realize what's really, really important. We think these external things are going to make us happy, but it's really what's going on inside of us that gives us the ability to be happy and gives us that ability to feel our wholeness. And so as you work on becoming a conscious creator, you're starting inside anyway. You're starting it with the most important part, which is to go inside and change your inner reality. And then as you change your inner reality, you see a different reflection. You're projecting out onto the screen of life, and the screen of life is bringing back to you that reflection of who you are in the moment. And as you start working on who you are in the moment, you automatically start to feel richer and more abundant and more in a state of love and wholeness. And gratitude will help you to get there. So don't forget to practice this one very important thing that will shift your consciousness and help you get to the life that you want, to creating a life that you love. I hope this has been helpful. And if you want to join my Conscious Creators community and start the Wealth Magnet Method course, online course, and get a couple of my hypnosis downloads, including 6-figure income, you can do that right now for free by going to the description below and clicking on the link. We would love to have you in the community, and I will welcome you personally. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.